Welcome to Beginner's Bench. In this video we are going to see basic elements of electronics. Come, let's go to the video. Electronics is the integral part of life. We hardly think of the way the world would be without electronics. The further video provides an overview of basic elements of electronics. Top of the chart comes voltage. The voltage between 2 points is the electrical force that would drive an electric current between those points. Current. Current is the flow of charge. Resistance. Resistance is a measure of the opposition to current flow in an electrical circuit. Capacitance. Capacitance is the ability of a component or circuit to collect and store energy in the form of an electrical charge. Inductance. Inductance is the tendency of an electrical conductor to oppose a change in the electric current flowing through it. Various laws and theorems. They are used to solve the electrical network. To solve these electrical circuits, you also need to apply multiple electrical laws and theorems, so that you can calculate the required values for various parameters. Let's see the important electrical laws in further video. As you learn a basic theory, you will be introduced with basic passive components. Passive components influence the flow of power but do not require an external power source to function. Passive devices cannot generate, oscillate or amplify an electrical signal. Resistors. A resistor is taken as a passive element since it cannot deliver any energy to a circuit. Instead, resistors can only receive energy which they can dissipate as heat as long as current flows through it. Capacitors. It does not produce energy, is incapable of power gain and requires no electrical power to operate. They simply absorb energy. Inductors. Inductor is also considered as passive element of circuit, because it can store energy in it as a magnetic field, and can deliver that energy to the circuit, but not in continuous basis. They simply absorb energy. Transformers. Transformer is also a passive component because it can only decrease or increase the voltage and current, but power is always constant. Next down the line comes discrete passive circuits, which includes voltage divider, made of resistors. Filter circuits, made of capacitors. Attenuators, made of resistors. These simple circuits itself is not so interesting, but they are vital ingredients of more complex circuits. After learning about passive components, we move to active components, which are built from semiconductors. An active component is an electronic component which supplies energy to a circuit. Transistor. Transistors are able to amplify the power of a signal. Thyristor. After active components, we move to active circuits. Rectifiers made of diodes. Amplifiers made of transistors. Oscillators. Modulators. Mixers. This is where things start getting interesting. Digital electronics comes next. 2. Make things easier, circuit designers manufactured integrated circuits. Digital circuit works only with two voltage states: high, that is 5 volt, and low, that is 0 volt. A huge number of specialized ICs are used in digital electronics. Digital circuits are those who give brain to electrical gadgets. Throughout the studies of electronics, you will learn about various input and output devices. Input devices convert physical signals such as sound, light, and pressure into electrical signals. Example: keyboard. Keyboard is an input device that allows a person to enter letters, numbers, and other symbols. Switches. The simplest and most common type of input interfacing device is the switch. Mic. Microphone is an input device to input sound that is then stored in a digital form. Phototransistors. Phototransistors are used extensively to detect light pulses and convert them into digital electrical signals. Strain gauge. It converts force, pressure, tension, weight, into a change in electrical resistance which can then be measured. Output devices converts electrical signals into physical signals. LED. LED is commonly used as a simple digital output device. A high voltage will light it up and a low voltage will shut it down. LCD display. LCD, liquid crystal display, is a type of flat panel display which uses liquid crystals in its primary form of operation. Buzzers. Buzzer is a device which makes a buzzing or beeping noise. Antennas. An antenna is the interface between radio waves propagating through space and electric currents moving in metal conductors, used with a transmitter or receiver. These are input-output devices which allows humans and circuits to communicate with each other. Finally comes the construction and working phase. This involves learning to read schematic diagrams, constructing circuit prototypes using breadboard, testing prototypes using multimeter, oscilloscope, and logic probes. This is an intro session. You will be learning briefly about each components in further videos. Thanks for watching.